قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني وسبحان الله وما أنا من المشركين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to this new live episode of Ask Zad. Our first questioner from the emails is Zoya. She says, many people keep asking me to make dua for them during my pregnancy and during my delivery. They tell me that a pregnant woman's dua is accepted during pregnancy and delivery. Is this authentic? The answer is, the times of accepting dua are listed and are well known to the Muslims through the authentic ahadith mentioned by the Prophet ﷺ, such as in the case of between adhan and iqamah, such as in sujood, such as in the last third of the night, such as when a rooster makes a sound in the early morning, such as in sujood, such as when traveling, such as when the rain is falling, such as when the fighting armies, the Muslims and the non-Muslims fight in war in the cause of Allah, take place. These are times where we know that the dua is accepted. Now, what is known among the laymen, the normal folks, when they state that dua is accepted during pregnancy and delivery, thinking that this is a calamity and hence it may be a cause of answering dua, is baseless. Had we had any evidence supporting it from the Quran or the Sunnah, we would have been more than happy to include it, but it is not. A sister says, recently I've learned that my country has the option to exempt tax for the donated amount if we submit our donation slips as proof. Is it permissible to submit donation slips of my zakat or charity to get tax deduction? Will my zakat be affected by this? First of all, the issue of exemption in zakat, the exemption of taxes, this is something that is required and sought after. Why? Taxes are taken from my own hard work. In Islam, taxation is not permitted due to the fact that the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, your wealth, your safety, and your reputation is haram among you, or upon one another, like the prohibition of this land in this day, in this sacred month. So it's not lawful for me to go to an employee and take money of him and say this is for this or that without his permission. Likewise, it's not permissible to lose money from my hard-earned wealth for any reason, unless there is a real legitimate reason that can be justifiable. And this is something for the major scholars to look into and justify. So if there is a legitimate way, a legal way where I can skip taxes without falling into breaking the law, that is totally legit. And this is something worldwide is being practiced. Whenever there's a loophole, people do it. And it's not tax evasion. It's not skipping unlawfully because I'm following the law. But the law, when they take from my own hard-earned money without any justification Islamically, this is haram money. So if I pay zakat or a donation and I get a slip and I can get exempted from paying my taxes, there's no problem in that. My zakat and my charity are all fine and halal, inshallah. Finally, Fatima says, can we apply soap, brush the teeth during ablution? We know that ablution has 6 pillars. What are these pillars? Number 1, washing the face, which includes turning the water in your mouth and sniffing the water up your nostrils and blowing it out. Number 2, washing your arms from the beginning of your fingertips till your elbows, including your elbows. Number 3, wiping over your head, which includes also wiping your ears. Number 4, washing your feet, including the ankles, to the ankles. Number 5, the sequence, the order. So face, arms, head, feet. You can't switch. Number 6, to be simultaneous, meaning that you don't leave a gap. And the issue of not leaving a gap is relative. So usually, brushing the teeth or using the miswak, according to the scholars, is negligible. It's minute amount of time, like 30 seconds or so, or maybe a minute. But opening the door or answering a phone call or checking if the food is cooked or need to be turned over or not, this breaks the simultaneousness of your wudu, and hence you have to repeat it from scratch. Likewise, if you, for example, while washing your arms, found out that there's a barrier, so you're engaged in scrubbing it and washing it with soap, etc., that may take some time, but it is for the purpose of wudu, not for something external. So this amount is also exempted and accepted without any problem, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Our first caller for today is Nohan from Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If I am in the first row of a masjid during Jum'ah khutbah and my wudu breaks, so I come out of the masjid to do wudu, is it recommended for me to go back to the first row or should I stay back? Because if I try to go in the front row, it will annoy the people. And if I sit in the back row, will I get the reward of first row? Jazakallahu khairan.
Wa jazak. So if a person breaks his wudu during Jum'ah or any other prayer, and he leaves his spot to go and perform wudu, he is entitled to go back to his spot. Even if someone sits in it, he has the right to ask him to leave the spot so that he can sit back again, as per the command of the Prophet ﷺ. Usually, we put our keychain or put a mushaf holder so that we would mark the spot so that nobody would see it and think it's empty and come in its place. And you will take wudu and come back without any problem, insha'Allah. Amina from the UAE. Amina from the Emirates. Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So I had some money to give in Zakah, and I live in the UAE, and I found out who will need it most in my country. I discovered that my mother's family could make use of the money. So I didn't know a lot of them, but I found that I got numbers and things like that, and I gave money to like 6 of them. And then after I transferred the money to them, and because I don't really have any relationship with them, so I called them, and then one of them told me that she's not a Muslim, even though her name is Islamic name, and I thought they're all Muslim because they were born Muslim. So she said, I married a Christian, and I'm a Christian now. And one of them said, I converted to a Christian, but now I don't go to church anymore, but I find it hard to pray, but I don't go to church anymore. And the third person told me, he just said, Jesus. Anytime we're talking, he said Jesus, but he said, I'm a Muslim. So do I need to give zakah again, or what and the rest of them are Muslim. So what do I need to do with the money that I already gave to them?
The money that has been already allocated and given to a non-Muslim is considered a charity, but it cannot be calculated from the zakat money. So if you have $1,000 to pay in zakat and you gave these Christians or non-Muslims $200, this is charity. You'll be rewarded for that. But you still have to give $200 again to needy Muslims. Those who say they're Muslims, and we don't have any reason to doubt that, we can take their word for it, because you called me, Amina, and you said, Assalamu alaikum. I said, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How did I know you're a Muslim? You said, Assalamu alaikum, and your name is Amina, and I'm thinking that you're calling this program because you're a Muslim. So I have no reason to doubt that you may be a hypocrite or pretender or a wannabe Muslim. And instead, I should have said, hi. You said, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I said, howdy. No, there's no reason to say any of this. So likewise, your relatives whom you think they are Muslims by default, and you have no reason to suspect this, you can give them the zakat without any problem. Mufid from the US.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salamtullah.
I have a pressing question, Sheikh. I wanted to ask, sometimes you want to go and make prayers with Jama'ah, and people are praying. Maybe they're already maybe at Dhuhr and they're almost finishing. So you have maybe to make it with them, and maybe you feel like taking out air, like farting or something like that. Can you hold it and make the prayer with them, or should you release air and then make wudu again, and you're fearing you're gonna miss the Jama'ah with the Imam,
So you did not join them yet?
Yeah, I did not join them yet, but I feel like taking out air, and I don't want to.
And is this something that's happening frequently or once in a blue moon?
It happens once in a blue moon, but when it starts, it can go the whole day,
Okay, I will answer you, inshallah. Mufid. So the issue is, the Prophet ﷺ prohibited us from attending the prayer when the food is served or we are suppressing answering the call of nature. And why is that? Because the essence of salat is to contemplate, to have submissiveness, and to concentrate on it so that you would taste its sweetness and benefit from it. If you're agitated because you need to answer the call of nature, but you're suppressing it, or you're starving and the food is served and you're praying while thinking of the food, and you can hear your stomach making weird sounds, this defies the purpose of salat. So the Prophet says, no, answer your call of nature. It's going to take a few minutes, then attend the prayer. If it's gone, no problem. Pray on your own or with a second congregation. Likewise with the food. Eat until you don't feel starved or so eager to consume the food. So your mind is free from thinking about how tasty the food is. And pray. And in your case, if you're suppressing the urge to release gas or to release wind. If it is so overwhelming to the point where you feel that if you pray, it's not going to be a good prayer. You're going to be agitated and so preoccupied with it. In this case, we say no. Go, release whatever needs to be released and perform wudu and come and pray whatever is still there remaining, or make a new jama'ah or pray on your own. Because this is once every blue moon. However, if you feel that you can suppress it because it's not something of urgency, it's something that's within control, and you can suppress it and still enjoy the prayer, in this case we tell you, do suppress it. Dima from Germany.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If, for example, refrain from something because it's sinful, you don't feel that that is the reason you're refraining. Would that be cool? For example, if my sister asks me for paper to wrap a Christmas gift, and she says why, and I don't tell her that I don't admit to her because I'll be sinful, would it be regarded as kufr?
No, this is not kufr. This can be sinful for assisting her on a sin, but it does not reach the level of kufr. Kufr is disbelief, and to disbelief you need to commit one of the things that nullify your Islam with the conviction and the belief and the intention to leave Islam. So such a matter of assisting your sister in wrapping a gift for Christmas, this is not kufr. It can be a sin, but not reaching the level of kufr, and Allah knows best. Zaim from India.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Kayal, Sheikh.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Sheikh, my question is regarding the mention of Zulkarnain in Surah Kahf. So, is Zulkarnain and Alexander same?
Is what?
Jazakallah. Zulkarnain in Surah Kahf in Quran.
I couldn't.
Alexander
and?
Zulkarnain.
Zulkarnain. Okay.
The mention of Zulkarnain in Surah Kahf.
Okay.
Surah Kahf. Okay. So, are these both same or different?
Okay.
Please give a clear answer on this.
Okay, I will answer inshallah. So the question is Dhul Qarnayn mentioned in the last story in Surah Al-Kahf the same as Alexander the Great of Macedonia, I think, or somewhere around that area? The answer is no. These are two different people. The most authentic opinion is that Dhul Qarnayn was a righteous warrior, ruler, and a king. And he believed in Allah Azza wa Jal. Some historians say that he was contemporary to Prophet and Messenger Ibrahim, peace be upon him. And he was the person whom we were told to have gone across the whole entire world from east to west, conquering people and calling them to believe in the oneness of Allah Azza wa Jal. And he's the one who built the barrier between us and Gog and Magog, Ya'juj and Ma'juj. He was a Muslim. Alexander the Great was a disbeliever, probably an idol worshipper. He was a tyrant and he did so many wrong things, according to the historians again, but he had nothing to do with Dhul Qarnayn, and Allah knows best. Faruq from Qatar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If the door of my bathroom
I
is
can't hear you,
open,
Akhi. Raise
I'm
your
outside
voice.
the bathroom, but the bathroom.
Raise your voice, Farouk.
If the door of my bathroom is open and I'm outside the bathroom, but the bathroom itself is visible to me, then can I say Bismillah at that place for either wudu or a ghusl?
I couldn't understand your question. Your line is breaking. I don't know if it's your internet or my internet. But if I understand your question, if you go to a toilet and the toilet is separated, the wash basin is separated from the toilet seat with a door. So basically speaking, the area is considered to be out of the area that we answer the call of nature. There's no problem in saying Bismillah. But if the toilet seat is present there and you can see it and there's no partition or separation with the basin or the sink, some scholars say, even though you can say Bismillah. How? They say these are not places of answering the call of nature like in the old times at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, when they did not have lavatories. Rather, they had an open area that was known to answer the call of nature. So it's just an open pit far away from the town where people go and answer the call of nature and leave. So the whole area is for answering the call of nature, where you can actually find traces of maybe feces or urine, or the whole area is an open lavatory. They didn't have anything else at the time. Nowadays, our toilets sometimes are even cleaner than some kitchens. They're tiled floors, they're always washed, the hygiene is very high, always putting detergents, smells nice, and there are no traces of impurity, none whatsoever. Everything is flushed down the drain. So some scholars say that even these places, it's okay to say Bismillah. I'm inclined to be rather safe than sorry. Say it before you enter the whole area and you will be safe, insha'Allah azza wa jal. Asadullah from Canada.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I have a question regarding recitation during Salah. So my question is, if I'm praying alone at home, does the recitation during Salah, does it have to be such that I have to hear an audible whisper? Or is it sufficient to just move my tongue without any audible whisper? Jazakallah khair.
Wa jazakum. So what is the minimal requirement for reciting silently when I'm alone or within the congregation? The minimal requirement is to just simply move your tongue and lips. So if you just do this, that is more than sufficient. And it's valid 100%. However, it is a bit recommended that you hear yourself. And this adds a great deal of khushu' and concentration to your prayer. So actually when you say, it's a whispering like I can hear, without annoying those next to me. Some people, unfortunately, can't control this. So you may be praying next to a brother, and he would say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, thinking that he only can hear while 2 or 3 people to his right and left are also participating and listening unwillingly to him. And this is annoying. A lot of the people may be annoyed by this. After the salah, probably they'll pick a fight.